It's 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. Time for the opening drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
Valley of the Sun, where Milwaukee got bucked last night. Giannis played. NBA Finals are underway. But boy, did Phoenix play. They are deep, they are good, they are on a roll, they are healthy, and the Phoenix Suns are now up 1-0 in the NBA Finals. Game 2 will be in Arizona tomorrow night. What's up, y'all? Merry Wednesday? Is that right? Does it feel like a Wednesday to you?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Hey, pretty soon we'll have people back in the elevators, right?
Oh, I've seen them a couple of times already.
Yeah, but my thing always was, hey, I'd ride up with someone. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hey, it's Friday. Yeah, no, I got it. You good? Or it's Monday. Oh, it's like when did telling me the day of the week become the response to how's it going? But then again, did I care? And I guess that's a whole other story.
Did you care?
Yeah, of course I did. That's why I asked, Bob.
Okay,
that's why I asked. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Bob's producing on the radio side, Aaron on your TV side. Bucks last night go in, they get Giannis back, and I think I told you yesterday. I had a weird feeling. I thought Giannis was going to play. The fact that he was working out away from the media in another gym, and I think what common sense would tell you, well, if he's not practicing with his team, he's probably not going to play. But the fact that they held him out and just away from everything and kept this thing so quiet was giving me this vibe that I thought Giannis was going to play. He did. He looked okay, 35 minutes. 20 points, 17 rebounds for Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he's not 100% obviously. DeAndre Ayton I thought was terrific. Chris Paul was terrific. Devin Booker was terrific. Suns were just better last night. They are deeper and they're on a roll. And I like them to win the series. I think Giannis. I don't know if he's enough in this matchup, even if he's him, to kind of swing where this goes if Phoenix plays well.
The thing that I said before, anything else is defense. If Milwaukee doesn't play defense, they don't have a shot.
Yeah.
Because to your point, the scoring threats are deeper for the Phoenix Suns. And Chris Paul continuing to just be the most impressive player this postseason. Every step of the way does something else that's ridiculous. Last night, he scored, assisted, or created on 61 points for the Phoenix Suns. In an NBA Finals debut, he was fantastic, and the rest of the Suns followed his lead. They've talked about him all postseason long, and they believe in him. He's living up to it. Now, I was very impressed with Giannis. The way he played, the way he looked, it did not look like he suffered a significant knee injury in any time recently. To score 20 points on just 11 shots, he's going to be more aggressive in game 2, but it comes down to defense. And if Milwaukee can lock in defensively, they're going to have a chance in this series. But if they keep switching every pick and roll, they're going to lose this in 4 games. I do not get why teams switch. Why do you switch a pick and roll, which then leaves Brook Lopez guarding Devin Booker or Chris Paul? What is the point of that? Why are you giving up a basket every time down the floor?
Yeah, no, you got a real issue there. and they're really good at creating mismatches. They're in a role. They're rested. They're healthy. Like everything tells you Phoenix right now. And then you watch what they did last night. Their depth to me is something that's key, and it's a reason that they've gotten through this. And this is why I've been harping on this whole. I'm over you telling me that they didn't beat anybody, right? It's their depth, the way this team is constructed, and that's kind of been my theme with them the whole playoff. I like what they've got. Yeah, they're super solid at the top. Yeah, they're really, really strong with Chris Paul, with Devin Booker, with DeAndre Ayton. But Jamison Crowder didn't score last night. I thought he impacted the game. I just looked down the score sheet, and there's so much there to me. And you're so dead on right. If Milwaukee's not going to play better defense, they don't have a chance. They just don't have a chance. You got Bridges going for 14, and he's impressive. You've got the guys coming off the bench, and Payne and Johnson. I just, to me last night, like Mike Budenholzer, his message was get better for the next game. You guys better play some freaking defense.
It's defense because the benches both scored 22 points apiece. It's Devin Booker and Chris Paul are more efficient. Now, Devin Booker was only 8 of 21. We was 10 of 10 at the free throw line. And as a team, Phoenix 25 of 26. And that gives you that extra push to keep it late in the game at 10 points and not allow Milwaukee to cut into it. So I think Milwaukee, player-wise, can match it. But if they don't bring it defensively, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. They better bring it defensively, and like Giannis being back was a big deal. I don't believe that they just leaned on that. I don't. I think there are plenty of people who saw, well, Giannis is back. Okay, Milwaukee. I don't know why people would overlook this Phoenix team. I don't think many people are anymore. You tell me. I mean, if you go down the line, which backcourt do you like? Do you like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton better than Devin Booker and Chris Paul? Because I'm not sure I do. They're both really nice, and they're both in the NBA Finals. But I'm not sure that's enough. And if you're going to tell me you don't have a 100% Giannis and you're not going to play defense, I'm going to go with Phoenix.
Yeah, there's a reason Phoenix was favored in this series. And even if Giannis is 100%, I think the Suns are still a favorite because it's questionable defensive decisions. There's no way you should be switching screens with Brook Lopez onto Devin Booker or Chris Paul because you're just begging to give up buckets, and that's what they did the entire first half.
505-246-0610. That is the Quan's Auto Care hotline. It also is the NMDOT text line. That's where you can send text messages to us. Pull out your phone, thumb them out, and fire them to us. We'll get them on the air. You can call us as well. You can email the program, jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. Follow JJ on the Twitter. You can tweet at him. It's _JJ Buck. And on the Facebook, The OD in the AM. You can also watch the program there or on Comcast Channel 26 or on ProViewNetworks.com or on ProView Networks YouTube channel. ProView Networks broadcasts and simulcast the show every day for you to watch if that is how you would prefer to consume the program. Guest list today, Jamal Smith, the former Lobo guard, is going to be with us coming up at 8 o'clock as the big Lobo basketball alumni game comes to the Pit on Sunday. $10 tickets. We'll let you know how you can get them and talk to Jamal Smith. I thought yesterday Anthony Mathis was terrific. Catching up with Darrington Hobson on Monday was great. And if you missed any of those, all of those are on JJ's Twitter, on our Facebook page, all the places that you can find content and get there. I guess if you're Mike Budenholzer, your message to your team is what now after game one? You're the head coach of the Bucks. You just got beat, and I think beat fairly handily, 108-105. That doesn't tell the whole story, but you were chasing all night. Your message is what? Is it as simple as you got to play defense?
Well, you got to make changes defensively. You got to change your coverage in the pick and roll. All right, Giannis is a player you can believe in. Even if he's healthy, I'm sure there's a moment of what's he going to look like, how is he going to play. 35 minutes, as effective as he was, scoring 20 points and just 11 shots, he's going to be good to go. It's all about now your defensive coverages and what can you do to make sure that, Chris Paul, Devin Booker are going to get theirs, but it's not as easy for them when Brook Lopez is guarding them. Just can't get that out of my head.
I think there's a lot to that. All right, want your thoughts on what you saw last night. We're going to get into the big match at Reserve Golf Club. Did you take a look at where Phil and Tommy and Bryson and Aaron played yesterday in Moonlight Basin, Montana? Like, did you just want to go there?
I did.
Did you see the bears?
That looked awesome.
And the foxes and everything. Just it was unbelievable. We'll get into our thoughts on that as the match went down. Sha'Carri Richardson will not be on the United States Olympic team after all. Italy and Spain battled it out in Euro yesterday. We got some baseball to get into as well. 505-246-0610 is how to find us today on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far.
Suns are up in the NBA Finals. The Stanley Cup goes back to Florida, where I think Elswick gets out of there today. The hurricane, the storm, was a tropical storm. Now I think it's a hurricane that's hovering over there, and they're going to maybe raise the cup tonight. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. Glad you're with us. Want to hear your thoughts on Suns and Bucks last night, as Chris Paul went for 32. Devin Booker 27. How about Ayton 22 and 19? The 19 rebound. I mean, he was fairly dominant down low.
He absolutely was. And DeAndre Ayton would be the captain of the most improved team this postseason.
No.
His effectiveness has been fantastic. And harp on it over and over because it's so true. The way this Suns team is built, it's a traditional makeup, and it works. And that front office has done an incredible job building through the draft with Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and then acquiring veteran pieces Chris Paul and Jay Crowder this offseason.
Yeah, I just impressive. All right, we'll get more into that. How much of the match 4 did you watch? Aaron Rodgers, Bryson DeChambeau beat Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. Mickelson's now 2-2 in his charity events. Aaron Rodgers can golf. Like Aaron Rodgers can ball a little bit. He can talk a little junk. He's a quiet bleep talker, right? Just kind of like that dry in the background, throw a jab at you. Bryson tried really hard. He brought props on the first tee. Did you watch him on the first tee?
I thought Bryson handled himself very well yesterday.
I thought he'd handled himself pretty well. I like Bryson. I agree with you. I like him more than I liked him before. It feels a little forced to me at times, but I thought he handled it pretty well. Phil just runs his face the whole time. Like Phil just talks. But what you said to me in the break is so absolutely. It's just too damn long. Like first of all, it doesn't take anybody. And this was 6 hours to play 16 holes. No, it takes nobody 6 hours to play golf. It can't. Nobody's watching that bleep for 6 hours. As entertaining as I thought it was, as beautiful as Reserve Golf Club in Moonlight Basin, Montana is, and I want to go there, I'm not sure I want to play. But it was beautiful. They give you bear spray when you get in the cart. Honestly, that's part of the deal. Here's the cart. Stay on the cart path, 90-degree rule. Oh, and this is the bear spray. If your ball goes into the woods, like here we need.
Let it be. You're gonna fall off a cliff as well.
It's just unbelievable. But my deal. It started at 3:00. I forgot. So I turned it on a little after 3. They hadn't started yet. So I guess it was probably closer to 5.5 hours. It would have gone 6. They had a 6-hour window reserved on TNT for it, or TBS, wherever I was watching it. And I watched the first 9 holes as I was doing stuff and waiting for the damn roofer who never showed, which is another story, by the way. Aaron, I got to talk to your boss about the guy he turned me on to. We got an issue. So 3 till 6:30-ish. Yeah, about 6:30. I watched the first 9 holes. I'm like, wow, all right, it's entertaining. I'm doing other stuff. And then went and picked up Addie practice down at Balloon Fiesta Park. And she drove back, by the way. She drove to dinner. She got her permit in the mail, like the real live thing. It makes me nervous, dude. But she drove. She drove to dinner. She drove. We got gas. I worked on putting gas in the car. She drove home. Putting it in the garage was a little tight. Came back. All right, it's after 8. It was halftime of the Suns-Bucks game. And, all right, let's watch the second half. And flipped on the TV, and it was still on that. And I'm like, whoa, this is still going. And I watched the last 2 holes. And I love golf more than most. I will watch it. It entertains me. This bleep was funny to me. But, man, they got to tighten it up. And I get it. They got all the sponsors, and they're selling it, and that's where the money's coming from. And everything that goes in the sand trap is worth these meals. They got to get Baker Mayfield in, and they got to get Barkley in, and they got to get Obama in, and they got to get Gronk in. And they got
to get all that in because they have 6 hours.
6 hours.
Bill.
They're in carts. By the way, these super turbo carts that supposedly go so quickly. Like, they're not
Doesn't
walking.
speed it up.
They could get that done in. I'll give you.
They can't
4.
play 18 holes. If you want to do the match, you got to do some different format. 9 holes, or have a couple crazy holes like that. The 777-yard hole.
Yeah.
But you can't sit there and play 18. Because I like the concept of it. The moments I watched, I enjoyed. But something for 6 hours is ridiculous.
There's a lot of dead time. One of the beauties of watching golf, and I've mentioned this a million times, is watch golf, there's always something happening because there's always somebody on the golf course. You're going shot to shot to shot to shot. This, there was a hole, I want to say 6 or 7, where both Bryson and Aaron hit it into the forest. And Bryson's standing over. Bryson's slow to begin with. But they found Aaron's ball sitting there, and it took 10, 12, 14 minutes. Phil's out there. How long? Your 5 minutes is up, and they're just. I don't need to watch the dude look for his ball. And I got 6 cameras around. How's he? You're right. And I love watching golf, so maybe they need to do, and maybe there needs to be two groups out there doing this, and so I got something else to watch. I don't know. I don't know what other format. I actually kind of like watching these dudes play this format because it's something us common folk do on the golf course. We play match play. We play teams, so it feels right. But 6+, it's stunning to me. Those guys look done at the end. They look tired. They look like
no one wants to play a 6-hour round.
No, can we just be done? Yeah.
I'm all in. I think the concept is fantastic. The moments that you get when the good shot or bad shot is hit, fun banter back and forth. But yeah, it's the same thing happened. Turned it on in the afternoon, went to the gym, ate dinner, watched NBA Finals, and it was still on that the whole time.
Yeah. Look, it entertained me, but it's too much. By the way, a 770-yard par 5, and they're still getting there because the elevation was ridiculous. Bryson hit a 3-wood to a 280-something yard. Obama was on. Well, Bryson's got a 3-wood. I thought it was a 280-something yard par 4. And Obama's like, well, I thought Bryson would go for it. And Bryson got he is Mr. President at 284 yards, and he gets there. You know who could play? Rogers could play. Tommy's got a little bit of game. Tommy hit some really nice shots, made some putts. Aaron Rodgers can play golf, man. And by the way, I was certain we'd have something to sit here because there was nothing. I got not a peep on. Are you going to camp? I guess he's going to camp. Tommy gave a few jabs. Hopefully you'll be ready. But yeah, look, it entertained me. I watch it. Honestly, when I got back, I watched the end of it instead of the NBA because the game was like a 18-point game at that point. But man, oh man, I mean, I played a 6-hour round recently in a tournament. It's just too much. It's just too much. All right, 505-246-0610. Did you like the way the teams were set up? So you liked Bryson in this thing? You thought he did well?
I did.
Yeah, you thought he helped his brand a little bit?
I think he did.
Because that was the first time you really kind of got to see him be a little bit human. He's a bit robotic.
He is, but that's a little bit of part of it is just who he is.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily trying to force everything, but I thought he did a good job interacting with Aaron Rodgers with it overall. And again, with Bryson playing slow, that doesn't matter to me. To your whole point of when we're watching a normal golf tournament, we're going shot to shot to shot. So I don't have to play with him. I don't care the way he plays his game. I'm amazed that someone did a complete 180 on the game on golf and can be as successful as he is.
Yeah. There was at one point Brady said something to him about, all right, yeah, okay, scientist, go away or something. He's like, well, you need to do that. Okay, scientist.
And then on the first hole for him to just chip in for Brady. That's a good statement.
All right, I'm home. I'm here. Yeah, I thought he was good. I bringing the prop out on the first tee with the duct tape. Here, Tom, just in case your pants split. I don't want it to happen. I'm like, okay. I'll be here all week. I thought that was a little forced, but I thought he handled himself really well. Did you catch it? Because I'd love your thoughts on that as well at 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. And again, emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. They need to call Vince McMahon to fill all the downtime with goings on that aren't just announcers repeating 1.25 million meals, says Fred. They need to do something in the downtime. I don't know if it needs to be Vince McMahon. But that's where I think you need to add something to it. Add a couple of other.
You can't play 18 with two bad golfers.
Yeah, chasing their ball over. No, you're right. I mean, as good as Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are, I mean, I don't.
In that setting, they're bad golfers.
I don't need to go see them climbing up a mountain looking for their ball. Yeah, no, your point's right. Now the bear was cool. Did you see? At Bart's like, oh damn! Yeah. Like that was a big bear. Because that's where bears live. There's a fox just crossing the fairway. All I know is people. The Reserve Golf Club won. That was the winner.
It's a beautiful setting. Now, I take my chances playing golf in Montana with bears over, say, Florida and
Gators.
And Gators.
No doubt.
That just
no doubt
freaks me out.
No doubt. No doubt.
Rather deal with bear spray than dinosaur walking across the fairway.
I'm down there with you. What about Bryson hit the ball 480? I mean, they were at 1,000,000 feet in the air, so the ball was flying. What was the elevation, like 70-something hundred feet?
Yeah, 7,500 feet.
7,500 feet. I mean, and you could just see them. They were just loving it. Just loving it, and the whole adjustment. All right, 505-246-0610. Jamal Smith's going to be with us coming up at the top of the hour, the former Lobo guard. We'll talk about the big event coming on this weekend.
If you want better ball flight, it's not just about strength, it's about movement. And with F45 training, it's a gym that is about full body functional fitness. Your workouts are designed to hit strength work and cardio work, different classes throughout the week. But when you get that full body workout, it's going to help you, yes, with your golf game and energy in your everyday life. And F45 training, just 45 minutes to get in there, knock it out, and get on with your day. And that's what I love about F45 training is the different workouts that you do, but you get such a great workout in just 45 minutes. That's all it takes. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today to take a look at the schedule of classes. Classes are available 7 days a week. Sign up for your 7-day free trial. Get in and get going. You're going to see what it's all about. Yesterday was an upper body strength-based day. Today's class is cardio focused, but once again, it's not necessarily just on a bike or a rower for 45 minutes. You're still doing full body functional fitness moves in the way the classes are put together. You might walk in and go, how is this going to work out? But you're going to leave going, oh, that worked, and it worked in a big way, and it cost you just 45 minutes. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops
Cheese is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Sports Animal.
As Mandy reminds me, and she was watching the golf yesterday too, they didn't even play 17 and 18, and it was 6 hours because it was over, right? They were up 3 after with 2 to go, and so, I mean, it would have been even longer, and it would have taken at least another, 40 minutes? Yeah, I mean, it was almost 6 hours. It was probably closer to 5:40. But, I mean, you're headed for a 6-hour round. These guys look done, man. They all look like, all right, I got it. This was cute. This was fun. Can we just be done with this and go enjoy? I mean, Montana looked great. But she said she used to watch Aaron Rodgers play all the time in Michael Jordan's celebrity tournament, and he was darn good then. This thing didn't work out with the Packers. He can play golf. Yeah. Yeah. Best line, there were a couple of good lines. When the bear was there, and I don't know who said it about Aaron Rodgers. Packers don't like bears.
Yeah.
There were a couple zingers in there, made me laugh. So usually it was like Aaron just under like Mickelson pulled out a club. It was a wood on a par 3. What is that, a 9-wood, Phil? Like, I don't know why that was funny to me. Just the way he says it. It's just under. Is that a 9-wood, Phil? I thought Rodgers was funny. Tommy was a little stiff, but that was a good watch, man.
Tommy keeps his
little zingers
a little locked in, though.
He does. Into his Tommy
he's
mode.
A competitor.
Yeah.
And I understand that, even when you're just trying to have a friendly game of golf.
Yeah. Yeah. Tommy, they could have had a calf off, too, by the way. Rodgers got some calves. Phil certainly does.
What are you hiding, Tommy?
Yeah. Is that what you think it is? Tommy,
where those calves?
Why the pants, Tommy? Yeah, why the pants? Gosh, yeah, all I know is the winner was that golf course, the Reserve Golf Club in Moonlight Basin, Montana, which just there's some shot when Bryce hit that ball 480, it looked like it was just going to land up in the mountains somewhere. Just looked like it was going forever and ever and ever and ever. I'll watch that bleep, but man, oh man, it's a long run. All right, 246-0610, 8889-220-0610. Looking forward to talking to Jamal Smith coming up at the top of the hour at 8 o'clock, the former Lobo, who will be part of the big event coming up this weekend at the Pit. It'll be at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. $10 tickets. We'll get you all the information on how to track down your tickets and be part of the big alumni game. The Enchantment is going on, and looking forward to catch up with Jamal. It's been a minute since we talked to him, huh?
I don't know if we've ever talked to Jamal.
Is that right? Even when he was playing?
Well, I was opening drive a thing, and
how long ago was that?
So Jamal Smith played the 06-07 season, 07-08.
Damn. Yeah, it's a minute ago. When did we start this thing? 13 years ago. What year is this?
It was 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. It was a little while ago. All right. So you can get on any of that. Sha'Carri Richardson's left off the USA relay team. Sha'Carri Richardson is the young lady who tested positive for marijuana at the U.S. trials back in June. And, okay. And because of the World Doping Agency rules related to THC, whether you think the rules are stupid, whether you think they're antiquated, all that's fine. The rules are the rules. Now, the suspension would have been expired by the time they ran the 4x100 relay. And I don't know if she's ever run it. JJ, do you know her history in that? Is there an issue with the baton team? I don't know any of that. But they decided to not take her to Tokyo. She will not compete in the Olympics. I know there's a lot of uproar on this. I understand it. I understand both sides of it. This is the way it's going to be. I told you this. I totally respect the way she's handled it. She's come out. I did it. This wasn't one of those, I ate a tainted burrito. I ate some brownie at a party and I didn't know. None of that. The U.S. Olympic Committee, I guess, is concerned about a number of things. Will she be clean? Will it be through her system by the time she races, which is okay? Will she relapse. That's not the right word. Will she smoke again? I think she's learned her lesson. But she's not going to, and everybody's moved up. Right decision, wrong decision. Because I'm surprised at the decision. I thought they would allow her to compete in the 4x100.
I think it's fair to ask, what her role on the team has been or is.
Yeah.
If she would have ran the relay had she been there for the 100 meters. But you're still talking about one of the fastest runners that you have available. And if she was in contention, has ran it before, I think this is a huge swing and miss. You're saying, all right, you serve a suspension, it's 30 days, and then you're gonna send a message, like all the junk that the U.S. Olympic Committee has gone through, and this is when you're like, can't do it.
Yeah. So for the 4x, did they just take the 4 fastest 100 times? Is that I just don't know enough about it. If they take the 4 fastest 100 times, and say, okay, the 4 fastest hundreds, you're going to run the relay, or is it something? Have you run a relay before? Because we've seen plenty of races, plenty of teams over the years drop the baton, have an issue with the pass, and it's been an issue. You lose. So I don't even know if that's one of her events. I guess it's something certainly easy to look up, right? But I guess this just surprises me, and I don't know if this is the U.S. Olympic Committee trying to make a point, stick to a point, what it is. Have you heard any of the other athletes? This is one of the things where not LeBron James athletes, not pro athletes with a big platform. Have you heard any of the other track and field athletes, who would be her teammates, come to bat for her? Because typically in a situation like this, you will hear her peers, the person's peers, go to bat for that person. And just because I tell you this all the time, just because I haven't heard it doesn't mean it hasn't been there. But have you heard any of that?
I don't think there's much to say on the suspension, but now her being left off the team, and it does look like that for the relay, they just go like fastest times.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it said in this case, that meant offering the remaining relay spots to the 6th and 7th place finishers, each of whom moved up in the pecking order.
6th and 7th. So that's not the fastest times. I mean, there's so I heard that. I saw that earlier.
So I guess it's a list they put together.
Okay, then this is where I guess I thought I understood it, and I flat out don't. So the 4 fastest times would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where the hell does 6 and 7 come in? You see where I'm having a disconnect? Do you understand it? Because I've looked and looked and looked, and I don't see it anywhere. And I don't understand it. And this is where, before I just pass, like does she run the 4x? Do they typically take the 4 fastest? Well, no, they take number 6 and 7. What? I don't understand it. I've read all the things from the rules of the rules to this is because she's a black woman. I've seen all of it, and I want to understand it. I want the facts, and I just don't see where it's been. And I think the release by the United States Olympic Committee that says, while we sympathize and we empathize and all those things, I think it is, to your point, swing and a miss, and it's inadequate. Quote, so while our heartfelt understanding lies with Sha'Carri, we must also maintain fairness for all of the athletes who attempted to realize their dreams by securing a place on the U.S. Olympic track and field team. What does that mean to me? You're telling us nothing. I think in this case, there's always a reason, and then there's a statement, and they're rarely the same thing. Yeah. Okay? I think in this case, it's the Olympics, it's the United States of America. It's not Dallas Cowboys or Detroit Pistons or Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, okay, that's a different country. But this is representing the United States of America at the Olympics, and such a big issue on so many fronts. It feels to me like they really do owe a better explanation than we're incredibly sympathetic.
They do just name sprinters. Said USA Track and Field named 6 sprinters to its women's relay team. It was the top 4 finishers in the 100 trials, which were...
She would have qualified for that.
She would have qualified, but it was 4, and then it's 6 total just in case.
So they carry 2 alternates, but so they bring all 6 sprinters, and the top 4 will be
5th and 6th come in, but you remove her, and then
all right. So 5th and 6th aren't necessarily
that would have been
be on the relay
it's
team.
like 6th and 7th.
I too. Okay. All right. So it is
2 alternates. Yes.
But typically the 4 women who would run in the 4x100 relay would be your 4 fastest 100 times.
Yes.
Okay. Then she would qualify for that. That would be her. Yeah. So then I'm struggling a little bit more with the decision. Then yeah, I am.
It's bad. She served her suspension. This wasn't steroids. It's all right. You do this, you get 30 days.
Yeah.
You want to change that? Well, you got to work on that. There's things to be done. But in this case, that's what it is. She'll serve her 30-day suspension. She's still one of the fastest runners the United States has. But you don't bring her for the relay team?
He doesn't say anything. He just looks at me. Look at he's like trying to burn a hole in me. You don't get to see Bobcat. He's just giving me that little
burning the hole through your soul.
And there's part of me that just wants to just take it and push it and make it, But I won't do that. All right, your thoughts on Sha'Carri Richardson? Should she be on that 4x100 team? 505-246-0610. Good to be out and moving again, isn't it? Gentlemen, how you feeling now that you're getting back to somewhat of a life again? Out at concerts, at ball games, parties, feeling well? If not, you can. I suggest you call New Mail and feel like you again if you're dealing with some natural things like fatigue, low T, erectile dysfunction. There is a place right here in Albuquerque that can help you. New Mail's been the trailblazer in men's health for years. They will help you if you call them. 505-652-1688 or visit newmail, NUMALE.com. You will feel better. Men, as you age, things like hair loss, weight gain, even ED happen. There's a really good chance you'll be affected. Nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, the only thing to be embarrassed about is if you do not do anything about it. Do something. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688. New Mail's here in Albuquerque. It's a comfortable process. The best part about the whole thing is the results. It's real. It works, and men all over the country are benefiting from it. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688 and feel better.
DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsINC.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
No, but I'll read it anyway. Here's Fred's solution to getting the golf done in 3 hours. I'll give you Hondo first. Hondo says you and I are like one on this. These golf exhibitions need to be no longer than 3 hours. I think the 14th hole lasted as long as the entire first quarter of the state tournament. It was a while. Fred says, here, I got it. Play a hole, then a backyard Olympic game. Hole 1, throw a cornhole shot. Hole 2, hit a wiffle ball. Hole 3, flippy cup. So forth for 9 holes, done in 3 hours. So I guess he's saying just play 9 holes, because all that does is just extend it, right? I mean, you're doing more stuff. You got these same guys playing cornhole, playing flippy cup. And by the way, is that what, I guess a few people would tune in to see that. Is that what you're going to tune in to see? You're going to watch Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and do that mess for longer? Okay. If that's your thing.
It's a good concept and needs some changes. I don't think those changes can involve the golfers.
Because it just takes
there's
longer,
something
right?
else. Other people potentially involved to do a couple different things.
Look.
Like in between holes and shots.
That's the key. Here's the deal. you're getting competitors out there. Okay, you're getting. I mean, Phil wanted to beat Bryson. Bryson wanted to beat Phil. Okay, and that's why you could see it when there were tricky shots. That's why it took so long to play whatever that was, 7-6 when they played Aaron Rodgers' shot out of the junk. Okay, because they had nothing else, and it took him. It took 8 minutes to find the ball, another 15 minutes to figure out what he was going to hit, and then you want them to do flippy cups and hit wiffle balls in between that. They're going to be competitive. They're going to grind over it. They're going to read putts. They're going to take their time. Plus the format of getting all the people in, and the Obamas and the Gronks and all the promotions and all the meals, and so your point's absolute. It's got to involve. So it can't involve the golfers doing stuff. That's why either put another group in. So there's 4 groups to go back and forth and look at. You know what I'm saying? 4 twosomes. Or just speed it up. Honestly, JJ, what killed it? Just the amount of commercials. You had to have a break between every shot, and they were 2.5 minute breaks, and they're waiting on the tee. Like they'd have gone up the green and go hit your ball, but they had to wait until they get the okay, and it'd be Cheyenne's got to interview him, and wow, that was a great shot, Bryson. Yeah, no, I hit it a long way, and where at elevation, I just let it rip. Wait, was it fun to hit it? Yeah. Okay, thanks. Back to you. I like that kind of stuff.
That you don't need that. Play. You already have the announcers talking to them.
Let them go play. They got everybody's in their ear, but they don't need to wait until we come back from commercial break when we get back. In fact, let them hit, and you can run that on tape delay because they're going.
It's a really good concept.
Yes,
I do like it. I think you just need to pare it back. I think 9 holes and then maybe like 2 specialty holes. Where you can have like
9's enough to do what they want to do.
I'm not saying it can't do 6 hours, man.
No, I agree with you. But golf doesn't need to take 6 hours.
Yeah, we can't. I don't think we need to sell this as head-to-head 18 holes. Like it's just playing an exhibition golf.
But they could do that. My point is, you and I can go out on an empty golf course. Well, all right, it takes us a little longer. But we could play that match, us 2 against those 2, and do that in 3 hours on an empty golf course. Now, granted, we don't have to put in all those commercials and all the other stuff. So they could cut that thing in half if they want to. And they should want to. Now, they got to sell all the time and everything else. I don't think 9 holes is enough. I don't know that you're going to get these guys who could commit to go to Montana to go play 9 holes. They're competitors. I think it's as easy as, guys, I get it. You want to sell 1 million spots, but you just got to play it quicker. I mean, really, it's that simple. Just play it quicker. And these are guys who can. It's just, I don't know. These golf exhibitions are longer than it can't be. And they didn't even play the whole thing. They just didn't even go the whole way. So, but if you watch it, I'd love your thoughts because I was entertained by it. It's just, man, I don't need to come back from like running around the world and, oh man, look at that, it's still on.
You just got to see the end of it.
Yeah, no, that's true. I did record it. Now I can let it go. I was curious. By the way, Bryson and Aaron Rodgers won. Have we mentioned that? Did we mention Bryson and Aaron Rodgers won? They beat Phil and Tommy. Tommy looked great.
If you get the Bears involved more somehow,
like the real Bears, like those big.
They actually had to use the bear spray.
Damn. Bob, if you went to a golf club. And here's your cart. Okay, 90-degree rule. Okay, and this is the bear spray. If your ball goes out in the woods, the bears are there. You might need the bear spray.
Yes, you might.
You good with that?
And you need to be able to run faster than the slowest person.
That's right. You don't have to run faster than the bear. I just have to be faster.
There we go.
There you go.
Who survives hole 10? Find out after the break.
Yeah,
there we go.
They call it the bear den for a reason.
Maybe we shouldn't be giving them ideas.
Well, that's where Phil loses, right?
Whatever happened to Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love took over? Oh, yeah, because Aaron Rodgers was eaten by a bear during an exhibition golf match, and then Jordan Love became the quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers will not play the Bears. In fact, he got beaten or eaten by the bear in Montana. Jordan Love's got the job. Film at 11.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about trading him anymore.
Yeah. I think Phil would lose in that. Aaron Rodgers can move. I've seen, although Tommy's not very fast, but at 51, man. I mean, Phil was huffing and puffing. There was one time where he said,
those calves and propel you forward.
You think so? I don't know if he's in shape though. It was one point at 7,500 feet. He was like, he's like, man, I just took a deep breath. I took 8 deep breaths. I'm out of breath, and you could hear him breathing over a putt. I mean, that's what you guys want to see. Who's going to get eaten by a bear? 4 start, 3 will laugh. 3 will exit. Yeah. All right. the match at Reserve Golf Club in Moonlight Basin, Montana.
Everybody panic!
Yep, that's where it is. That's where it is. All right, 6 hours of that, though. I think everybody's got to agree. It's a little too much. Jamal Smith's going to be with us when we come back. Tell you how to get tickets to go see a Lobo alumni game. Jamal Smith is one of the point guards on Enchantment, the team that's going to TBT, the basketball tournament. When does that start, JJ? Next week?
July 16th, first round of games.
What's today's date?
Wichita Regional.
Today's the 7th? So that is next week. Next weekend. Talk to the former Lobo guard next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened?
Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network. Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. It might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second.
For 5 years running, this is the opening drive with two-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
Sunday at the Pit, 6 o'clock. It's going to be a good night, and I know Lobo basketball fan is looking forward to this. It's the Lobo alumni game. The Enchantment, the team made mostly of former UNM players, the team that's going to play in TBT, the basketball tournament, starting a little over a week from now, next weekend, against another group of former Lobos You're going to get the Miranda Sanchez Slam Dunk Contest, the Papa Brown 3-point contest, all kinds of great things. $10 is where tickets start. Go up $25. You can go to golobos.evenue.net and enjoy that at the pits. The opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. And one of the players that you're going to get to see, one of your favorites from back in the day. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but I guess 06, 07, 07, 08. Is that back in the day yet? Jamal Smith, who's been playing overseas and is going to be on the Enchantment team, is with us on the opening drive. Jamal, good morning. How you living?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. How you guys feeling?
Excellent, man. Thank you. Is I guess 06, 07, 07, 08. It feels like it's back in the day a little bit. You've done quite a bit. You've done quite a bit since then. Huh?
I feel every bit of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know what defines back in the day, but that feels like it. You've been playing overseas and having a terrific career, but I got to believe it's going to be exciting for you to get back in the pit for a night.
Absolutely. It's always amazing to come back and play in Albuquerque. It's for me, it's one of the most amazing places to play. The fans, the community is a huge deal. So it's a blessing to be able to get back on that pit floor again.
Jamal, what is it? You're a guy from Vegas. You played all over the world, been playing in Brazil recently. But Darrington was in the other day. Anthony Mathis yesterday. We've talked to Kenny Thomas about it over the years. And, J.R. Giddens all the time. And everybody goes back to the pit. And Richard Pitino, the new coach, has talked about the pit and the fans. What is it about this place that keeps you guys coming back? And does it live up to the hype? Because when you're recruited, you hear about it, and then you play in it, and all you guys come back and just rave about playing in front of these fans.
Honestly, it's a completely different thing. Obviously, on your recruiting, they tell you how big it is, how nice it is, the environment, and then when you actually get thrust into it, it's a different experience. For me, being a college guy, I went from playing.
And he dropped. That's a drop. Let's try to reestablish that if we may. We'll get Jamal, but isn't that one of the I don't know, I think the recurring theme, right, is everybody just can't wait to come back. I don't know if it would be as easy to alumni game. You always love your alma mater, right? But not every one of these guys left on the same terms. But everybody loves coming back and playing that building.
Yeah, there's so many different stories, times that these guys played. You look at Jamal Smith, and hopefully we'll be able to get him back and get into it. He played his first year here was Richard McKay's last season. And he was a senior on that NIT team in Steve Alford's first year. So that's definitely a different experience in his 2 years as a Lobo.
And I've been playing overseas and a lot in Brazil. He's 36 years old and still playing basketball. So I guess that's back in the day, right? Steve Alford's first year, Richie McKay. I mean, Richie McKay's last year feels like a minute ago, doesn't it?
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. All right, we're going to get back with Jamal, and because I see Bob smiling and laughing with him, so we'll continue that conversation. Hey, Jamal, sorry about that call drop, but you were just talking about coming back, and it's different, huh?
Absolutely a big deal for me. Like I said, playing in front of that many fans and that kind of crowd, it prepared me for overseas. I play in Brazil, so I have a pretty rowdy crowd at every game. Soccer fans are a different breed, but playing in front of 18,000, you just learn to play without fear. You know what I mean? So coming from junior college, it was an eye-opening experience for me and one of the best feelings that I've ever felt. You hit a three, you shoot a three, and before the ball even goes in, you can hear the crowd just like right there with you, and they three, and then it goes in, and then they just go crazy. So to me, it was the best experience, bar none. I don't think anything rivals it. I remember, I think we might have beat K-State, and you might have to do some fact checking, but I believe we beat K-State by like 30 at the pit one year. So it was an amazing experience.
Now, Jamal, you talk about your 2 years as Lobo, and they were different. You came in under Richie McKay, his final season, then Steve Alford came in that 07-08 team. You guys went 24-9. What were those 2 years like for you, and then especially going through that coaching change and then able to have that success as a senior?
It was tough, coming in and as a junior. For me, it took a while for me to adjust to Division I basketball. The Mountain West Conference was really tough with BYU top 25, Air Force was top 25, Utah was top 25, and UNLV. And then you had San Diego State. So it was a really tough conference at the time. And it was a major adjustment for me. and then we had Coach Alford come in as my senior year, and he didn't really change much of the team. The major thing that he changed was the chemistry. I'll never forget, I thought it was crazy until after the season I realized how big it was. But we had to eat together. If we would go somewhere, we had to do it all together. We had to live together. Every single thing was calculated, and it had to be done together. If a recruit came in, everybody had to be there to help the recruit that night. And it was something that, you look at as a kid and you may not understand, but in the end, it just helped us grow. And I think that was the major change from my junior year to senior year. That's why you saw so much success.
How was that received by you guys at the time? Did you want to fight it, or did it take a minute to accept it?
Yeah, it was something, I wouldn't say fight it, but it was something that, again, as a kid, you may not understand it, so you may not go with it. It was an adjustment. But, our junior year, we could eat, I believe it was called training table, but you could have training table at, any time, you go pick it up, or it'll be at the gym, you grab it and you go. So it was just a different atmosphere. And Alfred was, key. He was key in changing the whole atmosphere of the program. Like I said, we didn't live together. We'd have, players at different houses and apartments. And, Coach came in and put it into all that.
And Jamal, you look at your opportunity now playing on this TBT team. Of course, you're going to get a ball with J.R. Giddens, but on Sunday, you're going to get a play against Armand Martinez, Darren Prentice, Chad Topper, guys that were on the squad with you. Did you ever think you'd be back on the court with all these guys playing a game like this?
No, honestly, when B-Mace called me with the opportunity, I was thankful. I was grateful, because just to be on the court against those guys again and to share that atmosphere with those guys, it's amazing. I came back and did the first alumni game, and I honestly didn't expect much, and it felt
dropped, clicked. What you do, Bob? All right, let's try one more time to get him back in. It's. I want to talk to him a little bit where you're going, because he would be one of the guys that could talk to this new group of players about the coaching change. How do you? And it's totally different now, I guess, because they've overhauled the roster, right? What's he talking to? 4 guys that are still remaining. But how to deal with the coaching change, how to get through it, how to handle what the new coach wants, what the new coach is saying, right? But there's something to it. But we'll get Jamal back on and continue that conversation, because I think it's such a good perspective.
I think especially in collegiate athletics that chemistry is so huge.
Yeah, and Jamal, thanks, and appreciate you coming back again. And once you finish your thought, yeah.
Sorry about that. Apologize about that. Good. But again, like I said, those guys are family. The things that we were able to grow through back in from 06 to 08. For me, we developed friendships that'll never, a bond that'll never be broken. So to be able to get back in Albuquerque, I don't visit that often because I'm busy with life in general. But going overseas kind of takes a big chunk of my life away. To get back and be able to see these guys, their families, some of the fans that were here back in those days, it's an amazing feeling.
Former Lobo guard Jamal Smith is with us on the opening drive. He's going to be in the pit. He's going to be on Team Enchantment that's going to go play in TBT. You're one of the guys that has a perspective, and the current team's going through a coaching change. Now, so many of them are new. It's different than when you went through it, because so many of you guys stayed with Coach Alford coming in. Richard Pitino's coming in, and there's a lot of new guys. But there are guys who are going through it. What would you tell these guys that are going through it? Because obviously it's tumultuous. There's a lot of uncertainty, and everything, probably everything changed from the time you practice to the way you practice to your point, to who you live with and how you eat.
Mm-hmm. The main thing for me, honestly, is keep an open mind. Because, you may be accustomed to the way one coach does things, but, just because the new coach comes in and does things a little different, that doesn't make him wrong. You know, he has his reasons, and you just kind of have an open mind and be available. You know, take the opportunity when it's available. It is going to be, you know, obviously there's going to be adjustments, but like I said, in my case, it worked out for the better. So just being a young kid, if I could go back all over and do it again, I would just have a more of an open mind, because it was an opportunity that ended up being a blessing for me.
So Jamal, it's been since 2013 you've been playing in Brazil. So how did you get connected down there, and how's it been? Did you think you'd be there that long with a professional career?
No, honestly, I never thought I'd be going to Brazil. I had a tryout with the Cleveland Cavaliers after I played in China, and I ended up getting cut. So I kind of was going home and kind of gearing up towards finding a job and, you know, kind of stepping away from basketball. And my father, who's instrumental in my career and in my life, he called me and basically called me saying that I was kind of crazy for walking away from the game, and that, you know, my dad played in the NBA, so he played at the highest level. But he did that before I was born, so I didn't really know too much about that part of his career. So he kind of broke it down and said, you know, everything wasn't golden, and he went through his trials and tribulations, and he was basically saying to stay with it and stick with it. And a friend of his called me and asked me if I wanted to go to Brazil, which, I mean, I heard it was dangerous, so I'm like, I don't, you know, Brazil, thank you. And then my dad called me like a week later and was like, yeah, you're crazy again, you're going. And so his friend called me and said, hey, man, do me a favor, Google Rio. And so I Googled Rio and fell in love with the beaches, and I was like, okay, so when can I leave? So he's like, yeah, you leave in 2 weeks, and everything's going to be great. You're going to be in Rio de Janeiro. You'll love it, trust me. Long story short, I land in Rio. They take me to the beach for about 30 minutes. I fall in love, and they put me in the car, and we go 3 hours away from Rio. And that was my first season. So I was blown away, like, man, what is you know what I mean? It blew my mind, because, like, I fell in love with the beaches and acai. And if anybody's ever been to Brazil, you know about acai. Every American loves it. Yeah. Everybody I've ever heard of going there loves it. So I had acai, all that. I fell in love, and then they take me away. And I was in a small city, beach town, but I fell in love with the culture. So, like, now it's my second home. I speak Portuguese, and I have a lot of family and friends out there that, you know, that go way beyond basketball. So it's something that I love to go back every year, and I'm actually attached to it.
That's so cool.
Did you ever think about just jumping out of the car at some point, finding your way back to the beach?
I thought about it, but as fast as he was going, I was a little nervous. So I kept asking him, like, I felt like a kid. I'm like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah. You know what I mean? He's like, no, it's right around the corner. It's not too far. And so I called my dad's friend. I'm like, man, you sent me pictures of Rio. They took me to Rio, and I'm 3 hours away. So what's going on?
That's like, you're going to live in San Diego. Let me show you the beach. Okay, but here's your apartment in Yuma.
I was frustrated. And I called home about 4 times the first day. I think that after the fourth time, my dad stopped accepting the calls. So it was like, you know, you kind of on your own. You gotta live with it. And then once basketball started, so I'm all in. So it was fun. And then I actually got to spend 4 years of my career in Rio. So I lived like right on the beach in Rio. It was amazing. I'd walk through, people would know me. So I love Rio. I'm trying to get back. So.
Yeah, well, I'm coming to see you next season. I'm going to come spend just a week. I'm self-sufficient. I'll sleep on the couch, man.
You know what's crazy? Most of my friends visited me, and I feel a certain type of way about it. But most of them visited me while I was playing in Rio. So
of course they did.
I'm in Sao Paulo this last season. I was in Sao Paulo, and I didn't have too many visitors. Yeah. I got a problem with it.
It's amazing how that happens. They're coming to see you though, not the beach, not Rio. It's all about you, Jamal. Hey,
absolutely.
It's great to catch up with you. It really is. Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday out at the pit, and then having you be part of that team in Siembieda that's going to play in TBT, which I know you're excited about. So.
Yeah, man, it's like I said, thank you guys for having me, and I look forward to seeing everybody at the pit again. And it'll be a great game, just like the last one was. A little competition gets in there, so
sure.
It's fun.
Great stuff. Be well. Safe travels. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Take care. Jamal Smith. That's another good one. I mean, how about that story? All right, you can get your. We got a lot to unpack from that. GoLobos.evenue.net is how to get your tickets. GoLobos.evenue.net. They start at $10. Go out and have fun on Sunday. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
1-2. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in.
Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here at the top of the 3rd inning. 2-run home run for Jalen Montez.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings, hits to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the 3rd out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the 3rd out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, and she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence.
Brazil. All right. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll go. Okay, Landon Rio. It's beautiful. Love Brazil. Look at the beach. Look at the women. Look at the weather. Look at it's great. All right, let's get in the car. I'm going to take you home. All right. Do I live in that high rise right there, or that one right there? No, it's around the corner. 3 hours later, you're inland. I'm telling you, it's like come to live in San Diego. Fly into San Diego, go to the beach, see the women, get a nice meal, and then you live in Yuma. Blythe. Yeah. That's a bad joke. But he loves it now. That was good. Every one of these has been good this week. Every one of those. And it was good to catch up with him. Here's what I hear. And so this validates a lot of the stuff that Lobo Fan talks about. Here's the common theme. Darrington Hobson, Anthony Mathis, Jamal Smith, Kenny Thomas, J.R. Giddens. They love this place. They love the pit. They love the fans. They love playing basketball here. They are part of a family. The word family is used all the time in sports, right? It's my family. These are my brothers. There's something that keeps these guys coming back year after year. And I tell you, you always love your alma mater. Wherever you go to school, I mean, not everybody, but most of us had such a good time, had such good relationships, made such good friends, have such good memories. You love your alma mater. You love going back. But this validates that and whatever sort of tradition at UNM that fans claim there is, I think it's real. I don't know what I mean. You're not as close to it, Bob. What have you heard in these conversations this week? Is that kind of the theme that you've heard?
Oh yeah. Well, I would put a little caveat if you have good experiences.
Well,
they've all had really terrific experiences.
Yeah, I think the gentlemen with whom we spoke all had different experiences, right? Jamal had a coaching change. He had Richie's last year, which was not good. And then Steve Alford's first year. Anthony Mathis had a horrible experience, evidently, with playing for Craig Neal.
Yeah.
And it turned around when he played for Paul Weir, and then he left. He opted to go to Oregon. Darrington played 1 year here and then got drafted into the league. I think, JJ, the overriding theme is there's something special about this place. Now, you could probably go to Cal State Bakersfield or Nebraska Omaha, and everybody's got probably a sense of that. But everybody isn't doing what they're doing here. And there's something to it about Lobo basketball. And I think they've got an opportunity with this event to really kickstart this thing with the new coach.
Well, and it's a credit to Brandon Mason for what he went through, losing his job at the University of Mexico, the mistake he made, but not shunning UNM, understanding the connections that he has, that he is able to. This is started about the TBT, putting a team together to play in the tournament. So this wasn't the Lobos. This isn't a UNM event. So this started with Brandon Mason getting former Lobos back, but then it's morphed into something that's positive for the university.
So then Tella sent me this. It said, I can't believe I agree with David, Jeff. This is not, as you just said, an official Lobo Athletics event. There's no reason for Dick Pitino to be poking his nose around.
Why?
And I can't disagree with you more.
Like, what is so wrong with it? These are alumni. These are players that have helped build the foundation. A lot of these players reignited what Lobo basketball is. From Kenny Thomas down to Darrington Hobson, J.R. Giddens, Roman Martinez, Darius Gary. Like, they were the only good years of the last 20.
I don't understand the thought process there, Tell us. And I guess you'll have to help me with it more. This is, to JJ's point, the past. The alumni. Guys coming together. It's Lobo basketball. The current, as Dave Bliss used to say, the keeper of the keys, is Richard Pitino. Why? I'm not telling you he should be front and center. I don't believe he should be. I don't believe he should be the host and out there and here. Like, no. But I do believe at halftime it would be really appropriate for Kenny Thomas and J.R. Giddens and pick your guys who you think are kind of the leaders of Lobo alumni to welcome and introduce him. He says a few words. Again, it's not about him. God, I'm humbled to be around this group, and I want to embrace everything that is Lobo basketball, and these guys are welcome all the time. I want you to be here. I want, there's our current team, and this is a night about them. Thank you for inviting me, for including me, and we're looking to bring Lobo basketball back to the heights that these guys have it and then some. And why I just, for the life of me, don't understand why you would take. I still, David had the call yesterday, and I respect his point of view. I don't see it. Why would it? Tell us, why would there be no reason for Richard Pitino to, in your words, poke his nose around? If these guys invite him, and they should.
You know how quickly that would turn? To have someone like Tell us, but like Richard Pitino doesn't need to be involved in this. Fast forward, if Richard Pitino isn't there,
Well, they didn't
the
want him there.
alumni-
Why wasn't he there? Why didn't he embrace him?
Yeah, how quickly that would turn on him.
I mean, it's one of those. I guess you can't win.
You
as a
absolutely
Lobo
can
basketball
win.
fan.
But in this case, you can, because this is about your program. This is about the history of Lobo basketball.
That's right.
Just to listen to the stories.
That's right.
This is about past, present, and future.
You can't be more right, JJ. I just, why you would think that he would be poking his nose around when he's there to embrace and accept, and whether you like it or not. And again, you don't have to like Richard Pitino, or you can love him. He is now part of Lobo basketball.
And these are the stories you need, because not every player is an NBA draft pick. Like Jamal Smith coming back, interacting with these guys, that's a life lesson.
Yeah.
Like, guess what? We all have dreams of going pro, but
it's pro. But there's more Jamal Smiths than Kenny Thomas.
Yes, you all have dreams of playing in the NBA. But these are the different routes you can go. You have dudes that have been all around the world.
Right. That's right.
Because of Lobo basketball and the game of basketball. This is absolutely something that I think UNM has. I didn't even think they understood how big of a benefit they're going to have.
Right.
Out of Brandon Mason putting together a TBT team.
And to your point, to Brandon's credit, Brandon was released after his DUI about a year ago, right? And still loves New Mexico, the state of New Mexico basketball and Lobo basketball enough to put this together and to bring these guys together and to follow through on it. And your point on Jamal Smith, there are more Jamal Smiths exponentially than there are Kenny Thomases. Guys who played basketball overseas, Roman Martinez did, and Darrington Hobson does, and all these guys who have been playing, Daniel Ferris, right? There are so many more of them than the Kenny Thomases who had an 11-year career and made $45, $50 million playing basketball. These guys are still grinding it out in Brazil, inland Brazil, but now in Sao Paulo. I, for the life of me, why would you not want Richard Pitino there? Again, this isn't his show. I'm not telling that Richard Pitino, if he overstepped it and tried to take over, then it would be awkward. But for these guys to embrace him, assuming they will, and invite him to be part of it and welcome him to the family and to say a few brief words, I think you're out of your mind if you don't think that that's appropriate. But I'm listening. 505-246-0610 or 888-922-0610. So Richard Pitino's now in charge of protecting Lobo basketball. IPS should be in charge of protecting your home. They watch my home, security for your home or business. It's kind of like insurance. You know you need it. You don't want to pay for it. And a bad guy breaks in and you realize should have been prepared. Do not wait until it's too late. Do not wait until something bad happens to you. Let IPS protect your home, your business with on-site guards, 24-hour patrols, and stop crime before it happens to you. They have watched my home for years. It gives me peace of mind. You go out of town, they do exterior checks every day. They pick up the newspaper, the mail, the garbage cans on garbage day. Look, if your alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes. I love the police, but there's just not enough police officers to respond that quickly in this city to all of the alarms that go off. IPS is there, and they protect what's important to you. Do this for your family. IPS is invested in this community. Aaron is charged with making Albuquerque a better and safer place to live and work. The phone number is 505-897-2420. That's 505-897-2420. Or visit them online at ipsglobal.com.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsInc.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Check the sports animal. Sports animal.
The sports animal. Gato Roberto is producing for you on the radio side. Double A Ron is producing for you on the TV side. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck had a good conversation this morning with Jamal Smith. If you missed any of them this week, and I'm going to assume we're going to continue them as we get through the week, and we'll figure out who's coming in tomorrow. You can find them on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. You can find them on JJ's Twitter feed. It's _JJ Buck. And if anywhere you get your podcast, just go in and search The Opening Drive, and all this content is there. You can listen to the show too. The Darrington Hobson conversation I thought was terrific. And this has nothing to do with us. I mean, it was them. We're not very
they're
good.
telling great stories.
Yeah. Anthony Mathis was wonderful. And Jamal was good, too. Really, really, really good. I love the story about how we got to Brazil, and now you're stuck.
So good.
Yeah, it's almost like a kid.
Like, here's the beach. Here's Rio. This is fantastic.
Check out-
Let's jump in the car.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Are we there yet? No, we're almost there. We're almost there.
One more corner.
Just around the
Just around those trees.
The dude's probably hauling. Hello, Rudolph. How you living?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Excellent. What's going on?
Well, so let me get this straight. Somebody has a problem with Richard Pitino showing up at the pit?
Yeah, we've had a caller yesterday and the emailer. He shouldn't be there. This isn't a Lobo event. This isn't his event. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, to me, this is the ultimate unification of these guys, assuming they invite him and want him to be part of it. And I don't know why they wouldn't. And basically, for me, this is a great opportunity for the past to embrace the new guy and say we're here, and him to embrace the past and say you're welcome at everything, and thank you for what you've created, and we're here to build on it and take care of it and respect it and honor it, and you got so much great opportunity there. Why would you not want him there?
No, I mean, if Steve Alford wanted to show up, I'd have a problem with that.
All right.
If Richie McKay wanted to show up, I'd have a problem
neither
with
of
that.
them are the current coaches.
Yeah. If Richard Pitino isn't there, I'll be disappointed. This is what the job of your coach is to do. I mean, unless you have a coach that stays at your program for 40 years, you know. I mean, it's always the new coach's job to unify all the generations of that sport. And we've had great success. Yeah, we've had some tough times too. But I think it's a way to honor the fans. It's a way to honor the players. It's a way for the players to get to meet each other and talk about good times, sit in the locker room, and just have those great feelings. It's a chance for everybody to once more come back together in the pit. I mean, I don't see one thing wrong with having Coach Pitino there.
No,
I think.
Tell me this.
Brandon Mason, you know, I'm sure he's grateful as heck. UNM put their facilities right there for they're practicing at the practice facilities this week. They don't have to go to a high school gym.
Yeah.
Well, they practice in the high school gym.
Yeah, I think they've been in high school. But what if?
Are they?
What if Richard Pitino hosted a meal? And I don't know whether it was. Let's say it was Saturday night, whether at the facility, at his home, at a restaurant, wherever, and brought all these guys together with the current Lobos. I mean, wouldn't that be the right thing to do? Like for Richard, you guys are playing on Sunday, but on Saturday night, let's have a dinner, and I want these current Lobos who are been in Albuquerque for a month, a week, a day, whatever, to meet these guys who have laid the foundation, that the pictures that they see on the walls of all these guys as they go through, go to the offices and locker room every day. I mean, again, I don't know that this is happening. I don't know if this is happening or not, but wouldn't it make sense for Richard Pitino on Saturday night to host an event? All these guys come in, tell stories, meet these new Lobos, and just unify the past and the present?
I don't know if that's happening, but if it isn't, that would be a major opportunity missed. You don't know when one of these guys is going to hit it rich in the lottery and want to give back to UNM too. So for fundraising purposes, I mean, if Richard isn't doing it, I hope Jalen Dominguez and those other people that are raising funds for UNM are doing it.
No. Yeah, and again, it's not a UNM event, but it's a UNM opportunity. And I'm sure they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, well, I want to say, I guarantee you, Danny Gonzalez is going to be there. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I promise.
I haven't talked to Danny. And by the way, if he's not there, I'd be blown away.
Well, we'll ask Dan. Danny's going to be in studio on Friday morning, 8 to 8:30. Danny will be here, and I'm sure he'll be there. Yeah, we'll
write that down on your little list of questions. But I want to hear Danny's reaction to it, because Danny grew up watching some of those guys, so Danny's going to be there.
No doubt. All
hey,
right.
thanks for the time.
All right, thanks. I think there's so much opportunity here, and you can tell me it's not a UNM official event, and you're right. But that doesn't mean it's not an opportunity.
Yeah, it kind of is on Sunday.
Well, look, the whole weekend it is their event.
Yeah.
Right? It is. Dan, good morning.
Morning, Jeff.
Hey, Daniel.
JJ, how you guys doing?
Good. What's happening?
I don't say this a lot, but I agree with Rudy 100%. That is Coach Patino's gym. That's his gym. He's officially the caretaker and the steward of that facility. Why would he not be there? I mean, that's ridiculous. I for one Sunday want to see him there, walking around, shaking hands, and I'd like to meet him face to face. I think it's awesome, and tell him how much I support him. And I mean, it's same with just like Rudy. I'd be disappointed if he wasn't there. And I think your idea of getting them all together on Saturday night, dude, I think that's awesome, Jeff. If I were you, I'd make a phone call.
I'll put it together, man.
Right on, brother. I just wanted to chime in. You guys have a great day.
See you. 505-246-06.
And by the way, don't forget about the women. Great opportunity, too.
No doubt.
Want to get some of those players out there involved. A great opportunity for you is F45 training. Just 45 minutes. You're in the gym, you're in, you're out, and you get yourself a fantastic workout. High-intensity training. And the new program they dropped a couple weeks ago, the different classes throughout the week, it's hitting the right way. Yesterday was upper body strength training. Today, the program is cardio-based, but it's not just 45 minutes on a row or a bike. For me, that doesn't really work. It's still full-body functional fitness movements that get you into that high-intensity training. Keep your heart rate up, have it drop a little bit, get it back up. That high-intensity training can help push you to a place you might not have been. And you know, for me, it is a constant battle with everything, but I know that when I'm getting to my best health, it's when I incorporate the high-intensity training into my workout routine. So check them out, f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Take a look at the schedule of classes available at the Northeast Heights location. Classes are available 7 days a week. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial. Get in and get going. You can find out how high-intensity training can help your fitness, and also it's going to cost you just 45 minutes. You book your class, you're guaranteed that spot. Don't have to worry about if things are going to be available. Once you book it, you're in, and you can just focus on your workouts. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One-two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars. They've got 5 runs in, and Siembieda has come roaring back here.
Showing the top plays from the state tournaments over on ProView Networks. You can watch the show every day, or almost every day, except for like the 5th of July, but almost every day. I mean, he needs a day off too now. Man's been working his tuchus off. Tuchus or tuchus? It's tuchus.
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 Depends on what part you come from.
5,000 years at tuchus. It took us 5,000 years. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. You can be part of the show. Text line, the NMDOT text line, 505-246-0610. It happens to be the same number to use for the Quan's Auto Care hotline. You can call 505-246-0610. I'm stunned at some of the comments, the thoughts. I think most people feel the way Rudy and Dan do. I love Dan. I can't believe I'm saying this, Jeff. I agree with Rudy. Rudy said, I would be disappointed if Patino isn't there. This is where a guy can't win, right? If Richard Patino's listening to this show, and I don't know if he does or he doesn't, but if he was be listening to this show, he's like, I can't win. I haven't played a game yet. We haven't coached a game. And I got this faction of Lobo fans saying, I shouldn't even be in the building. It's not my event. And I got this faction going, And I think the faction on this side is much bigger. Yeah. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't there.
2.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a small representation. Correct. The answer would be there if you're invited,
or be square.
And I'm sure, and I'm sure, whoever it is, Kenny Thomas and J.R. Giddens, and who's the leaders of the TBT team? I know Kenny's coaching, and Brandon Mason put it together as like the general manager. But like when you look at that roster, who are your guys? Who?
JR.
Oh, right.
Definitely of that group. It's just because he's been the biggest presence. Still been in town.
He's coaching
post
his
professional playing career, coaching. I think other guys could definitely step up. But if you had to say the face of, I'd probably go J.R. Giddens.
Yeah. All right. I think that's right. I think this is...
and then Kenny Thomas, like you talked about, you're bridging all these different areas of basketball, and you're able to bring it together.
To me, I'm going to guess 90% of Lobo fan is on Rudy, Dan, my angle on this thing, where why wouldn't he be there? Yeah, be there. It's not his event. He doesn't need to host it. He doesn't need to be the uber alpha presence. But the opportunity to bridge the past and the present, to unite this thing, to reignite Lobo fans' passion, to introduce the current group of Lobos to the people from the past, the guys who have laid this foundation, this whatever it is that they came to New Mexico for, to meet these guys who have played in the NBA, who have played in Brazil, who have played in Israel, who have played in China, wherever, or just kind of coach or parents, or to meet past Lobos. Like, this is... Brandon Mason's brought together this Lobo basketball unification weekend. It's almost like a homecoming weekend that happens to be when everybody's in town and you can meet the new guy. Like you so rarely get this opportunity to the point of I just to the point of wherever you're coming from that he shouldn't be there. I think you're so wrong. You're just missing an opportunity.
And it's with everything else that is going on with Lobo basketball at this time. We've had the previous alumni game, then we had the Lobos versus Aggies game. This just hits so much different at the time because you do have a transition at coach. You just had a year where no one was in that building to watch a basketball game. And so there's so many different factors, unexpected factors that roll into, yes, this is about the TBT team getting ready, tuned up for the basketball tournament, which is going to be fun in itself. But then you had this whole Lobo basketball that you knew was going to be a part of it, but I don't think anyone realized how big of a piece it was actually going to play, and then just all the different storylines and everything that started to roll into it as we approach this game.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. The Quan's Auto Care Hotline. We're going to get back into the NBA coming up in the next segment. If you want, Suns beat the Bucks last night, 118-105. Working on something for you tomorrow with with the Lobo alumni game. Friday, 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30. Danny Gonzalez will be in studio. Part of the Sweet Deal promotion, but looking forward to catching up with him as camp is now. So what day is today? Wednesday? 2 weeks from today. Is Mountain West Conference Media Days. That's how quick football season's coming. Want to hear from you on the golf yesterday? Boy, it was long. It was fun. It was long. Sha'Carri Richardson's not going to be on the Olympic team. JJ's got to break down Italy and Spain. Italy won 1-1. That's right. They won 1-1. He'll explain it to you. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610 Sports Animal.
Long look in. There's a pitch. That's in the air. In shallow right. Very aggressive as Gerard Pineda will have a play at the plate. Oh, what a hose in right. The ball was waiting for him as he came home, and he was dead to rights.
2-2, nobody out. 2 runs in. There's the pitch, and that's up the middle. No, right to Francois. Back to second for a double play. That's a good play by Francois. And 0-1 to Araceli Morales. There's the pitch. Morales swings. Hit to Vela. What a catch by Vela in right field. Vela coming to her, running to her left and diving.
This one swing, it's going to go straight. Let's see if it falls, and it looks like the catch was made, and indeed it was for the third out. Sprawling was Kayla Reed for the third out. What a play. Garcia prepares, deals, she swings it. This one looks ding dong doink. Yabba dabba doo. Grand slam by Mia Flores. Four ribbies for Mia as she just unleashed on that softball.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. DCE Systems want to help schools reopen and keep students, teachers, and staff safe. New Mexico's distributor of no-valent Shield Plus, an antimicrobial hand sanitizer that lasts 24 hours. That's right, 24 hours. 1 liter will provide approximately 2,000 individual applications. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to DCESystemsINC.com to learn more. DCE Systems is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck.
Suns rise in Phoenix, 118-105. They beat the Bucks yesterday. 1-0 is the NBA Finals. Giannis Antetokounmpo did play for Milwaukee, played 35 minutes. Looked good, not great. Scored 20 points. Chris Middleton, 29. But Chris Paul had 32 for the winners. Devin Booker had 27. DeAndre Ayton was terrific, 22 and 19 rebounds. As the Suns led throughout, they beat the Bucks 118-105 and take a 1-0 lead in the NBA Finals. Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady got beat by Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers in the match 4 in beautiful Moonlight Basin, Montana at the Reserve Golf Club. I think it's still going on. They started at 3 o'clock yesterday. I think it just finished, actually. 16 holes in almost 6 hours. But it was entertaining, but long. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Biggest standout story. And we've talked with Jamal Smith, the former Lobo, who's going to be guard on the Enchantment, the TBT team made up of mostly former Lobos. I mean, that's kind of been the biggest thing so far this morning.
Absolutely. Just more great stories. Not just in their time at New Mexico, but what they've gone on to after their playing career as a Lobo.
I think, and if you haven't heard these conversations, I think it would be worth your time to go listen to what Darrington Hobson had to say, what Anthony Mathis had to say, and then Jamal Smith today. The recurring theme is they love Lobo basketball. There's a part of them that just, all of them love playing in the pit, whatever it is. They played in Brazil, they played in the NBA, they played in Israel and China and wherever, pick your spot. And like you said, man, you know, soccer fans are pretty passionate in Brazil, and he loves it there, but there's nothing like the pit. There's nothing like playing here, and there's something special. And that's what Richard Pitino said brought him here, the lure of that. I know he's recruited to the pit. There's a big burden on Lobo fan now, isn't there, to bring the pit back to life. I don't know what the biggest burden is on. Is it on the team to be good enough for the pit to come back to life? And we've had this conversation probably for a decade now. Is this town still the same place it was 10, 15 years ago in regards to passionate Lobo fans? It's such a transient place. Will people come in and still be the crazy fans that have made the pit for the better part of the last 40 years?
Yeah, you're going to need that hope early. Like, give us a chance, come out, let's get the building rocking. And then it comes down to the performance. Put it together.
And that's what it is. You know, do you have a team to root for? 505-246-0610. Hello, Tommy. How you living?
Hey guys, I hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I was up in Colorado. I got to see my first great granddaughter.
Sweet.
So now I have 8 grandkids and great grandchild, which is crazy to me. Few things. I picked the Suns in 6 to, you know, give them to make it. I picked the Bucks in 6, and I'm picking the Suns in 6 to win the whole thing. I think they just got a better overall team. And like I said, I'm going for Mr. Chris Paul to get his ring and retire because I think that's what he wants to do anyway. And also, I want to get you guys' opinions on the track star that got knocked out from, I know it's a rule. I think if she was in the United States and the Olympics were here, it'd probably be a little bit, maybe it might have been a little bit different because it's more accepted here because weed is, you know, marijuana bill's passing everywhere in every state now. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about that as far as her? I wish they would have let her run at least a relay. And the thing is, weed's not a performance enhancer.
No,
it's not like you know, PEDs. It's not like steroids. Remember Ben Johnson back in the day, Carl Lewis. But it's in China, and I just got a feeling if it was in the United States that it would have been looked at a little bit different. I want to see how you guys feel about it. And I know she's young. She's got, you know, probably 2 or 3 more Olympics in her if she wanted to compete. So, and who did you guys pick in the Suns-Bucks series? Because I have the Suns in 6. So.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Tommy. I'll
there you guys.
Hit all that. I know you got the Bucks. I think I was on the Suns.
Yes.
I know I was unconvinced. Although Ryan called and made me take a bet. And I say made me. I accepted the bet. He wanted the Suns. You guys are on the Bucks. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I took the Suns.
You took the Suns.
And but in this bet with him for a bottle of bourbon, I'm on the Bucks somehow.
How did you end up on the
whatever? Because I'm gonna drink the bottle of bourbon with him.
You're gonna drink it regardless. So
I guess
it's a win-win for you.
But whatever. Yeah, I was on the Suns. You were on the Bucks. On the Sha'Carri Richardson thing, I think you and I both think that now that you've explained to me how typically they choose the relay team, I believe since the suspension will have been expired, the 30 days by the time they run the relay, that I think they should have put her on the relay team. I understand she broke the rules and she's doing her suspension, but by the time they run that, now, I guess, well, but the suspension won't be up by the time the Olympics start. So then she couldn't walk through the opening ceremonies, and then you'd have that. I think I'm with you on all that. So I think I'm there.
The trash that the Olympic organization has been in the United States, like the stuff that they've looked past, have to dealt with, and then now they're putting their foot down. Like, no, you serve your suspension, but no, you can't run. That doesn't make sense. This isn't. She made a mistake. She's serving her suspension, but this isn't, to me, like we found out she's been doping for 5 years, and that's what's helped her get that edge and get back. She smoked some weed, served her suspension. She's still one of your fastest runners. Put her on the relay team.
Yeah, I think that's right. What have they done that just bothers you so much? Like when you say,
have you seen United States Gymnastics?
Well,
what happened?
Yeah. No, I thought you were talking more recently. Okay, yeah, okay.
And that's a long time.
Yeah, that's been for forever. Yeah, and that U.S. Gymnastics is a different body than the United States Olympic, the USOC, United States Olympic Committee, but obviously they work in tandem. Yeah, I understand that. The U.S.
It's all the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, what
do you mean?
Like it's hard for people to separate it and to say what those gymnasts went through, the horrors that competing for their country put them through, and now somehow, some way, the United States, they're going to be like, you know what? No, can't run a relay because you smoked some weed.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I don't understand, and I think the statement that they put out is so inadequate and so cryptic that while we sympathize with Sha'Carri and all this garbage.
She ran one of the fastest 4 times. Right. You're not like putting her in there taking a spot away from someone.
No.
You have your alternates.
I agree with you. I agree. And look, she's accepted she's not going to run the 100. But your 30-day window expires. Are you worried that she won't pass the test? Are you worried that she'll smoke more weed? Are you worried the one thing I would not be worried about, honestly, of all the things in this situation that if she went through this again, the one thing I would not be worried about is that she's going to smoke weed again.
Yeah. Like disqualify the team.
And put herself through that again with everything she's been through and the public shaming that she's had to go through, if that's really what it is. I don't know. In some cases, she's become a hero, honestly. Yes, it's antiquated. Yeah, yes, they shouldn't be testing, but they do. And you know that going in. It's again, you don't have to like the rules, and you don't have to be there. If you don't like the rules of your employer or of the league in which you play, you're there at will. Yes, the rules are antiquated. Yes, they should not be testing for weed, but they do, and she's accepted that. But I agree with you. I think she should be part of that relay team. Where do you come out? And I guess I'm struggling a little bit on the race issue that I've heard a couple times. That black women have been hit harder, and I don't know that I see the instance where someone who was not a black woman had been treated differently. I believe she was replaced on the team by a black woman. I've read it, I've heard it. I guess I don't know that I completely understand how this turned into it's because she's a black woman issue.
I don't see that in this specific instance. I think I really don't see where the committees or the U.S. track and field is coming from by making this statement. I just don't see it.
Yeah, period. I mean, I don't care who it is. Yeah. I agree with you. Your statement is what? I mean, she's serving her suspension. You can have it both ways. I mean, literally, it's served up on a platter for you to have it both ways. To say she broke the rules and so she's suspended for 30 days. So the 30 days in that window is the Olympic 100-meter competition. But outside of that 30 days, once that 30 days is expired, hence her suspension has expired. She is now no longer suspended and by definition eligible, then she can compete in the 100. Now, I imagine you can tell me that, well, she didn't really qualify because her time does not count because she tested dirty for marijuana. And so, JJ, I imagine you can tell me that time never happened. Her fastest, she qualified with the fastest time in the 100, right, at the U.S. Olympic trials? So I guess you're leaning on, well, that never happened. That time didn't happen because it's not official. Which is such a bunch of crap, by the way. Right? I mean, you think I'm wrong?
No.
And as JJ said, it's not a performance enhancer.
Well, it's not. I mean,
if anything, it's a performance decreaser.
That's right.
I think.
And you know, she came clean and said, look, you know, my biological mother died, and I smoked weed to cope with this. And I mean, look, we're going to let people get hammered and drink.
And the test came after the trial, so I guess they'd have to say, like, so was she smoking before she won?
I think she admitted that she did, so she smoked before. I think she's giving you the timeline. Yeah, it was a few days before the competition, which she's admitted to. So I imagine that is your grounds. That's what you're telling me, that time never happened, because you and I and everybody else in the world saw Reggie Bush win a Heisman. We also saw Sha'Carri Richardson finish with the fastest time at the 100 meters at the U.S. Olympic trials. So the easy answer is she can't run the 100 because she's suspended, but she can run in the 4x100 meter relay and be part of this, and everybody wins. Sha'Carri learned her lesson. We've held to our rules. We suspended her, and we're going to reinstate her and put her on the team. I like, for every reason it feels right. I am, the only thing I can see is, well, there really isn't an official time that said she qualified, because that time gets thrown out because she didn't pass her drug test. I mean, did you see another place that they're going with it?
So in their statement, they said that athletes are equally aware of and must adhere to the current anti-doping code, and our credibility as the national governing body would be lost if rules were only enforced under certain circumstances. And so I guess that would go back to your point of throwing out the time, because what would be lost? She served her suspension, then she's eligible.
Right. But technically, right, I mean, by the letter of it, if you throw out that time, if that time doesn't happen, then she didn't qualify. It's the only way I can think that they're looking at this. 505-246.
I haven't seen that anywhere.
No, I haven't seen it anywhere. But as I'm thinking it through, does it make a little bit of sense?
No.
Well,
then you should say that.
All right. Fair enough. It doesn't make sense. Does it make sense that would be the way they were thinking? Because your point is right. They should say it, but
we can't. Don't just sit here and assume.
Make me assume it, right? And that's where this kind of crap gets out of control, because we and everybody else who does what we do have these platforms, and so you start to have logical conversations. I believe this to be a logical conversation, and you're trying to think, why did they get here? And with an issue that's pretty real and pretty common in America, and now it's front and center with the fastest woman in our country. And so why wouldn't you do this? And the only place my mind can go, and to your point, I've not seen it anywhere either, but the only way my mind can go is, well, I guess she didn't qualify, because if you're going to tell me that time doesn't matter, then I guess she's not one of the top 6, because there really isn't an official time. 505-246-0610. I want to get more into this, because I just don't see another way that they're thinking about it. I want to tell you about All In Autographs. Some of the greatest athletes and performers, not just of our time, but of times past, you will find signed memorabilia by them at All In Autographs here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is one of the most impressive stores of its kind that I have ever seen, not just in Albuquerque, but anywhere. It's at 2225 Wyoming Northeast, just south of Manal. All In Autographs is a museum. I mean, go find a Pete Rose signed helmet, a Prince signed guitar, an Elvis Presley guitar, Grateful Dead backstage passes from the day, Marilyn Monroe signed stuff, all the way up to modern day. There's Clayton Kershaw and Steph Curry. It is. I spent 2 hours in there just looking around with my mouth agape. Just agape, wide open, looking at some of the cool stuff. If you're looking for a gift for that person who's got everything, that they're really cool, but they want something to go out and buy it, you will find incredible, unique stuff at All In Autographs. And if you tell them you heard it on the radio here on The Sports Animal on the opening drive, you will get $25 off a purchase of $100 or more. Go in and take a look at it. Just go in and enjoy yourself and go look around and see what they got. The phone number at All In Autographs is 505-504-7575. That's 505-504-7575. They're at 2225 Wyoming Northeast, just to the south of Manal. Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination. It is All In Autographs. Go enjoy yourself.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
It's not telling you that I agree with that. It's the only way that I can think that we've gotten to the place where Sha'Carri Richardson is not on the relay team for the Olympics. And again, if you're just joining us, Sha'Carri Richardson ran the fastest time of the Olympic qualifiers, the United States Olympic qualifiers in the 100. She tested positive for marijuana, was disqualified for the, I mean, is that the right term, from the team, and suspended for 30 days. Her 30-day suspension would run through the 100-meter competition at the Olympics in Tokyo, but expire before the women's 4x100 meters, where she could have been part of the Olympic relay team, where they typically, JJ, you looked this up earlier, take the top 4 fastest times. The only way I'm looking at this, and I wish they would, but they haven't said this, because, JJ, you said earlier they had been saying during the week that she would be eligible to be selected, correct, for this relay team?
Well, in all the stories, it says that.
But did the U.S. Olympic Committee ever say that, or did the stories just say that? Well,
it said U.S. Track and Field's rules allowed the governing body to select Richardson for its 4x100 relay team if it wished.
Yeah, all right. Then because my only thought is she didn't have an official time, so she didn't qualify in the top whatever because her time would get thrown out, right? I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense, and guess what? If that was the case, that would solve everything. We wouldn't be screaming back and forth about this or that. Like, I think we all get what she did. Yeah. She couldn't do at this point in time. But once the suspension is up, isn't this what you want? Is all right, athlete, the redemption story, one of your fastest runners, coming back. Let's go. But now you're falling back on, it would make us look bad. No, it looks bad that she served her punishment, and this isn't. And even if you don't do it, like, I don't smoke weed, but I'm not sitting here going like, oh my gosh, she smoked some weed. Like, it's what makes you feel worse the day after? That entire bottle of bourbon you just drank, or some weed you smoked the night before? And like, this is gonna end her Olympics. Just like,
well, I think you got an opportunity for everybody to look good here. Everybody wins. You enforced your policy. She serves her suspension. To your point, you got the redemption story. Her suspension is expired. She is now eligible. She competes on the 4x and goes out and wins a gold medal, and everybody wins. You had, again, an opportunity for everybody to win. And I guess well, everybody doesn't win crowd. I mean, give me the answer. Well, that would be she didn't qualify the right way. All right. Terry, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Wider range of topics today. First, the golf. Maybe if they brought out somebody like a Bill Murray, Ray Romano to fill some time, since they both like golf, and could add some humor and do a little tape delay on some of the shots to do it down.
Yeah, stop the delay. Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and you hit it, it's okay for everything not to be 100% live. Don't make these guys wait on the tee for 5 to 7 minutes each time to get through the commercial break and be interviewed by Cheyenne or whatever her name was.
Yeah, and I did kind of like Roger's sense of humor. Little quick barbs, like the one hole. He told Phil, "Oh, is that your 9-wood?"
Is that your 9-wood? What is that, a 9-wood, Phil?
Yeah. And then, when Charles, he said he'd tell Charles and Tahoe about playing, and Charles says, "I'll buy you dinner." And, Rogers would go, "Oh, that'll be a first."
Yeah.
And it's a little funnier knowing that, Barkley usually picks up the tab. So, but, he was kind of had some quick wit to it that way. The basketball, there's a guy, I guess one of the backups for Phoenix, Craig. He gets the ring either way. I guess he played half the season with Milwaukee, so no matter what, he'll get a ring because that's kind of unique. Yeah, kind of unique that way. But and then, okay, I'm leading up. JJ, you ready? I'm more going to want to lead in at Denmark and England today. You got Denmark, the underdog, with all that's happened, and then you got England with all their clean sheets, and Sterling and Harry Kane going at it. So, want to hear that. So, I'll give you the lead in, and you guys have a great day. Take care.
All right, go.
Well, I think Terry set the table great there. You're talking England at home, Wembley, playing in the semifinal Euro 2020, a chance to go to the finals. The place is going to be packed. I think they had 58,000 for Italy-Spain yesterday, so it's going to be over the top. Yes, England is going to be the heavy favorite. The fire they have, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling have been really good, but Kasper Schmeichel, the goalkeeper for Denmark, can change the game. And this is what it's about. England's a favorite, but Denmark's the team you want to root for. The underdog story, Christian Eriksen, everything they went through. I'm pulling for Denmark, but I think England wins this. I'm going to 3-1 England.
Ooh, 3-1, not 2-1 this time.
So I'm be pulling for Denmark.
All right.
And the underdog.
All right, yesterday you had Italy beat Spain 1-1 in a thriller in the other semifinal.
Yeah, Spain's going to be kicking themselves because after they scored that game-tying goal, they were the dominant team and couldn't get that game-winning goal.
Just had to get it to PKs, and then anything can happen once you get to penalties. And something happened. Italy won. The Azules. So, all right, so you got the big boys. I mean, it's a lot of big boys left, a lot of heavyweights left in the Euro, which is probably the way the networks like it. Yeah. All right, so you get that today. What time do I get that? I did put a little bit of on The Office.
1 o'clock.
And then it was getting towards the end. Then the roofer called. Okay, I'll meet you at your house in 20 minutes. And I picked up and I raced up to the house. So I didn't catch the end of it. Then an hour later, he's like, okay, can you send me the address? And I'm like, I sent it to you. Here it is again. All right, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'm still waiting for the dude. Then he stopped taking my calls, by the way. Oof. How about that?
Oof.
Like how, I mean, no, it's a whole other story. It's not like dog poop in my garbage can, but it's a whole nother story. By the way, Dan, and his guys came out last week and took care of that tree issue.
Handled the tree.
They are fabulous.
Oh, good.
Thank you, Daniel.
Didn't drop it on the house, huh?
As much as I would have requested that they made a little bit of a mess in my neighbor's yard, he's like, no, we don't do that. We take the high road.
Okay.
I said, you're a better man than I am, Daniel. He said, I know. I know. Dan says, I know. No, I'm not, Jeff. All right, 505-246-0610. Keep them coming, 888-922-0610. The 505-246-0610 is both the NMDOT text line and the Quan's Auto Care hotline. By the way, if you like the concerts, you can text to that text line, Foo, Dirks, D-I-E-R-K-S, or Brad, and have an opportunity to win tickets to go see the Foo Fighters, Dirks Bentley or Brad Paisley, at the beautiful Isleta Amphitheater. So go ahead and take advantage of that NMDOT text line. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Gato Roberto, and Aaron on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Car Crafters is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. Datacom has portable AC units for rent. Applications include server rooms, retail outlets, healthcare facilities, laboratories, convenience stores and truck stops, events, concerts, and weddings. All of these units are 120-volt plug and play. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
Here's a 1-2. That's lifted, well hit into the gap. This might clear the bases. It's going to bounce off the wall, and it will clear the bases. A bases clearing double off the bat of Nico Barella. Got the glove on it. Squeezes for a second. That's tapped on the ground. Might be academic. They'll flip it to first in time for the double play ball. Huge lead. There's the pitch. It's low. Runner going on a delayed steal, and he's going to be out at second. One, two. The runner moving. It's pulled down the line. This might be trouble, and it's a fair ball. Sandoval coming around. Coach Pineda going to send him to the plate. Here comes the tying run, and he scores. Sandoval. The throw gets away. Cooper will go to second base, and we're all tied at 6 as Sandoval scampers in. Hit so far. That ball is driven deep to right center field, and it's gone. Second home run of the inning for the Cougars.
2 weeks from Friday is when the Olympics will begin, the opening ceremonies. And you can have all the conversation you want about Sha'Carri Richardson and whether she should be there. They're having bigger conversations over in Tokyo, the host city for the Olympics, about whether anybody should be there. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. The COVID cases in Tokyo are going in the wrong direction. They've hit a 2-month high. So basically, it's almost a guarantee the Japanese government's going to declare a new state of emergency to start next week, and will go through the duration of the Olympics. So what does that mean? Here's just like a little example. The president of the Olympic Committee, the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, scheduled to arrive in Tokyo tomorrow. He'll get there and self-isolate for 3 days, granted in the 5-star hotel in the capital city, but that's kind of what it is. A new state of emergency there basically could lead to a ban of even local fans in attendance. The decision's expected on Friday. That's when local organizers will meet with the IOC. They'll get together, but the present, they got kind of a quasi-state of emergency in Japan. It is scheduled to end on Sunday. Just to give you an idea, Tokyo reported 920 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday. That's up from 714 the week prior on Wednesday. That's the highest total since May 13th. The prime minister over there is meeting with people to discuss virus measures. They're considering reinstating a state of emergency until August 22, which would be, I think, 2 days before the Olympics start. The Olympics end August 8th. They got a huge, like, what a crummy year to host the Olympics, and granted it was supposed to be last year. And B, this is your, most people get a shot once at the Olympics, right? I mean, I know it's a first world issue in some respects, but like, you're so robbed of the Olympic experience. You compete and go quarantine in your little hut in your village or whatever, but they've got a real problem over there. Like, this is not solved. And even though the Olympics are moving forward, and we sit here, and if you're vaccinated in America, you're just going, well, whatever. This has not gone away in majority of the world. The British Open, the Open Championships, is next week. They've got very similar measures over there for the golfers who are going over there to reacquaint themselves with masks and everything else. This is going to be a real piece of the Olympics.
Because you have people that have to work the events.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else that's involved. And so that's where there's so many challenges. I think a lot of the athletes, the quarantine, the testing, whether they've been vaccinated or not, and that's not necessarily the biggest concern. I think it's just with everyone else and all the people that you still do need to put on these events, have these venues open, etc.
Now, evidently, sponsors would be allowed in. It's just so silly to me. So if you're whatever, American Express's CEO, you can go, I guess. They're talking about a no-fan atmosphere at the opening ceremony. They just built a $1.4 billion stadium to host this. Remember when Brazil years ago hosted the Olympics? It doesn't feel like that long ago. Was it 9 years ago? Could have been 5. And all those stadiums are built, now they're just sitting there collecting dust and growing weeds and all the money they put into it. Should have asked Jamal if it was worth it. 2/3 of the infections in the capital region.
That is usually no for most of these countries.
No, it's almost always no. Now, in the United States, the answer's been yes. Mm-hmm. Those facilities have been used, and look at the University of Utah, how they benefited from Salt Lake City hosting the Olympics back in when they were there. 2/3 of the infection in the capital region are in Tokyo, and so that's where this is all going to be. I don't know. I wouldn't even venture to guess what percentage of the athletes are vaccinated. I know there are many Olympic committees. Did you ever watch Real Sports, the Brian Gumbel show on HBO? There was a piece, I don't know, last week, the week before, about some of these underserved countries, poorer countries, third world countries, if you prefer the term, whatever, where vaccination rates are at like 1 and 2%. And the athletes who were representing those countries in the Olympics were all vaccinated, and the athletes say, I feel guilty that I'm taking away from the population who needs it. But the Olympic committees in those countries are making sure that they vaccinate their athletes so they're safe to travel to the Olympics. And I understand both sides of it, but that's a real issue. So I don't even know where to start to think as far as vaccinations and what requirements are. But nationwide, Japan's had 810,000 cases and nearly almost 15,000 deaths. 15% of Japanese citizens are vaccinated, compared to where are we in the United States? 50-something percent? I just saw the number 47.4, but I've been hearing higher than that. Britain's at 50%. So you got a real issue. Golf's the same way. I didn't hear much about it at Wimbledon, did you?
No.
Boomer Esiason in the CBS Sports Minute was just talking about Xander Schauffele and others going over there and having to get used to masks again. And Colin Morikawa wanted to go sightseeing on his first trip over to Britain, and he's not going to be able to. And I'm like, all right, well, first world problem. Like you'll be over there again. I'm going to assume. But yeah, no, this is legit, and this is going down. And that's what they're going to deal with as we move forward. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Dan says, Jeffrey, Juan Jose, y Gato Roberto. Just think 1 year ago, the narrative that was being spread was, look how good with COVID Japan is doing. The U.S. needs to be more like them. I think the narrative on COVID has been completely fluid and changed as we've gone through the pandemic, no? I see your smile. What does that mean? You feel like, what does that mean to you?
Well, yeah. I mean,
and look where
we're what, a year and a half past the first cases?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the storyline and recommendations have changed sometimes daily.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's...
well, I think as you get more information on something you don't know about, wouldn't commonsensical...
Well, yeah, but sometimes what we were told was...
Right.
They knew was not right.
I think if they knew it was not right, then we've got an issue. I think a lot of this stuff is they gained more information on something that we've never seen nor known about before. Then recommendations.
This particular one, we've had pandemics before,
but we've not
in world history.
Right.
It's just that it's been so long since there has been one.
Well, so nobody alive has gone through a pandemic.
I don't think so.
Right.
All
right. So nobody in charge of making policy and doing the research has any experience in this. Is that fair? Nobody's done this before. No, I mean, right?
Okay. I'll grant you that. Yeah.
And so I would think that you're going through dealing with the unknown, and information changes as research changes, as numbers come in, as this thing evolves. I guess I'm not as leery when you get more information and changing course. Well, this is what we know now.
We need to do.
We thought that then, but now we know we have more information, and this is what we know now.
And we believe that this is a better way to do something.
Right. Yeah.
I totally go.
I don't
with
think
that.
that's illogical.
No, that's proper. That's very proper to do.
Yeah. And so, some of the stuff that we were doing back then, and then we changed course. Well, to me, it makes kind of sense.
Yeah. But, like Japan, like you were saying, is what, 2% vaccinated?
Well, and so to his point,
2 to 5?
if a year ago we were here, we need to be more like Japan. Well, did we need to be more like Japan? I mean, who's in a better spot now?
And the thing that's never brought up is the asymptomatic cases that give you the immunity to begin with.
That we don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we don't
so
know
there.
about. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, this is going to be real. And what was it, Zika? Remember when Brazil, what was the deal?
Yeah.
People didn't want to go to Brazil. Was it Zika virus? Remember that? When was Brazil? 8 years ago? Could have been 9 years ago or 5 years ago, or whatever it was. I lose track of all of it. But I remember athletes, I'm not going down there. I'm not going to Brazil. I don't want to get that Zika virus.
Well, it was causing birth defects.
Yeah. No, it was real. It was real. Yeah, and the athletes went because they're like, well, this is my one.
Across the globe to this extent.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a global pandemic. It was certainly a regional pandemic, though. And it wasn't as infectious. It wasn't as easily spread as COVID has been. But to your point, there's been plenty of pandemics or things that we've not known about. In my lifetime, I believe in yours, nothing like this that shut the world down.
No. But there are medical historians that have looked at past ones.
Right. So. But nobody had firsthand experience of dealing with it.
Firsthand, no.
Right. That's all I'm saying. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive. We got one more segment for you. We'll wrap it up strong. We'll recap everything, everywhere we've been, and get your opinions to you on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
For your business or
This.
we're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Dream style roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Getting to the conference finals for this group is not going to be good enough. And believe me, Atlanta is not just happy to be here. They're here to stab you in the heart, and they're here.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Provia Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever.
Football camps are going to open up here in a few weeks. You got to see Tommy and Aaron Rodgers yesterday play golf.
I can't wait.
They're both pretty good at playing golf, but they're both pretty good at quarterback. But you got another quarterback who's running it, and for the life of me, it's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. I don't understand what Derek Carr of the Raiders is doing with his Fresno State love for Davante Adams. How is that not tampering?
That's tampering. It's 100% tampering.
Can a player tamper, or does it have to come out of the front office? He said at some point, he said, I'm allowed to say this, my team is not. But
oh, really?
Derek Carr wants Davante Adams, and I don't blame him. I mean, Davante Adams is a terrific receiver. He's with the Green Bay Packers. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He's going to be a free agent. The two of them played together at Fresno State. They were terrific together. And there's a conversation that Derek Carr, the Raiders quarterback, had with Chris Collinsworth, and he says, quote, Davante, he's one of my best friends. I'm going to go offer him whatever I got to offer. I'll buy him a car, whatever I got to do, I'll offer that man. I know he would fit in great with the receivers we have here. He'd fit in so well in that room. Then he says, I'm allowed to say these things. Our organization isn't, but I'm going to say it. He's my best friend. I think he's one of the best. He's the best receiver in the National Football League, end quote. Now, Davante Adams has said that he can't, quote, dabble in any sort of that talk about playing for the Raiders or anybody else besides the team for whom he's under contract now, which is the Packers. He did say that he's fond of Derek Carr and that he admitted it would be a dream to play with Derek Carr one day. Quote, I love Derek to death. We got a great friendship. We still communicate really, really consistently. He's one of my best friends, on and on and on. Look, they were good at Fresno State. I get it, man. You always, the Alabama guys love playing together. Why shouldn't the Fresno State guys love playing together, right? I mean, it happens all the time.
And when you pause and you look at some social media posts, makes sense. We've seen it happen before. I don't know if anyone has ever been penalized. So I think when it comes to players, it actually is.
Only Magic Johnson gets penalized for tampering.
Well, yeah, when he's in part of the front office.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I guess players can talk this mess all they want. Because why? Because they recruit players banana boat style. You look at this. This is a quarterback on a team openly recruiting a guy who's under contract. But I guess it's okay because he's not the head coach or he's not in the front office. Like, is that how this works?
Bring him on over.
Bottom line, I think Davante Adams is going to be playing.
I don't think the Packers are losing Adams and Rodgers in the same offseason.
So I think that's how it would happen, and I think it's going to be next offseason. I actually do. Here's the wild card in this whole thing. What are the odds Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback of the Raiders next season? Not this coming season, Derek Carr better have a really damn good year this year, or he's not going to be there. Now, he said the best way to do it is to beat him in the Super Bowl and then have him come over. Okay. He's focused on being a Packer. I know that because I see how he works. I know how he works, and I know how much it means to him. He's focused on that, and I'm focused on trying to get the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. Hopefully he's in it so I can beat his butt, too. That's the plan. Then recruit him over to the dark side. End quote. All right. Let me give you this. Who's got a better chance of being a Raider, not in the 2021 season, but the 2022 season? Devontae Adams or Derek Carr? Because I'm going to tell you one more okay season, and they're going to go a different way. I thought Derek Carr played well last year. Actually, I think Derek Carr is going to have a really nice year.
Derek Carr is one of the weirdest quarterbacks to figure out in the NFL right now.
Fair enough.
You definitely see the talent, and this is such a hard sport, man.
Super likable.
So much on the quarterback position. But has it ever felt like Derek Carr's wowed you? Like you look at Derek Carr and be like, you know what, this team isn't that great, but that quarterback is doing special things.
In a half,
he's 47 and 63 overall as a quarterback.
In a half here and there, yes. Now that team
and he's still only 29 years old.
The half has been bad, or the team has been bad. Would you agree? Like, who's the best receiver he's played with? Last year he had.
But even the teams being bad, we've seen other quarterbacks like show flashes.
Mm-hmm. He's shown flashes. That's what I'm saying. You've seen him in a half. Go, damn.
Yeah, he's that guy that. I think if he was, would you take him over Jared Goff? Like if you put him in a situation like that?
It's the
Matthew Stafford situation.
Yeah.
Like Derek Carr's Matthew Stafford. Like the teams haven't been all that great, but there's this feeling like there's something there. There's talent with this guy. And is it just about him landing at that right organization? Like Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. And all of a sudden you're looking at a completely different quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you'd have said 3 years ago, Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, you get laughed at for the question, right? Now it's not even. I mean, it's Ryan Tannehill, right?
And it feels like I know Derek Carr's. He's a very. I think he's a very emotional guy.
Yep.
And especially when you look at his statement a couple weeks ago, he's like, "Oh, I'd retire before I'd play for anyone else."
Yep.
Well, I think you might need to play for someone else if you ever want to win something.
Well,
but I don't think that's happening with the Raiders.
See, I think it's as much on the Raiders as it is on him. They've lost games where it's just not on him. Their defense has been, borderline bad, wouldn't you say, at times, since he's been there? And Derek's been inconsistent.
Not so much how much longer.
Well, that's my point. That's why this is a huge year.
Like you've had this guy since 2014, and we're still having that same conversation.
Here's one of the things that works, and you're going to tell me it shouldn't, and you might be right. Derek is incredibly likable. Like Derek is a good, like honest, and he's been on our show too. Derek is one of the most respectful, family people, golly guys, like genuinely nice dude. And his teammates love him. Now, that's all fine. You got to win. And he's won to the point where he's been able to keep his job. I think this is a big year for the Raiders because it's almost like while last year was the first year in the new stadium, this year's kind of like the first year in the new stadium.
Oh, because they'll have fans.
Right?
Yeah.
Is year 4 for Gruden? 3 or 4 on that 10-year deal. At some point, he's got to start turning this thing around. Gruden's gone through quarterbacks. He's got to have his guy. Gruden and Carr seem to have a really nice relationship. But at some point, they have to win. They are in a division now with, I think, the team people consider the best in the National Football League in Kansas City, even though they didn't win the Super Bowl. They are in a division with a Charger team who probably is poised to make a big move this year with a young quarterback going into his second year. A Broncos team that, if for some reason they get Aaron Rodgers, is going to be really good. Like this is a huge year for Derek, and I said that it's the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, we keep saying that with Derek Carr because it's one where he's good enough to keep around, and it's still the conversation. And I think it's fair that it's more organization than Derek, but I'm surprised that teams haven't really come sniffing at him because you look at the dude that's not necessarily, you're not going to have to pay like $400 million.
Well, so there's the Aaron Rodgers.
He's the next Matthew Stafford.
So we've thrown how many deals together for the Broncos, right? to go get Aaron Rodgers?
Derek Carr would be the best available quarterback.
But do they? So what do they have? Derek Carr, give me a receiver, give me a draft pick, give me 2 draft picks. I mean, Gruden would do that. That's the kind of thing he would do.
For Aaron Rodgers? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Give him Carr, Ruggs, a draft pick.
Would he play? He said he'd retire.
I think he would play.
I don't know. Everybody kind of likes money. He bought a home in the same neighborhood, in the same little community that Gruden. Isn't he Gruden's next door neighbor? I mean, what's he going to do when his former coach ships him out of town? You going to rent his house to Aaron Rodgers? Thank you to Jamal Smith. He was with us today, the former Lobo. Big day today. You get Denmark and England. You get the Stanley Cup tonight as well. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd after that. Sports Bar this afternoon at 4 o'clock. They're going to go all the way to 7 because it's Wednesday and there's no White Stopes baseball today. Gato Roberto, bueno trabajo que no.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias. Sí, that's verdad.
I'm looking at Aaron there doing a little chair dancing.
That's right, Aaron rocks.
He does.
Hey, Ron, thank you. See you tomorrow. You got a big day?
Huge day.
Got to sit in front of the tube, watch 6 hours of 4 dudes playing golf? Oh, wait, that was yesterday. I got it on record. You want to watch it?
Let's watch it. Let's rewatch it.
Yeah, let's rewatch it. Be good to each other. We'll be back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. See you tomorrow.
Saturday morning.